moving forward, we are now on arithmetic sequence. What is arithmetic sequence? An arithmetic sequence is a sequence in which the difference between two consecutive terms, it is common or it is constant. I like to use the word constant. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let me just show you a quick example based on that. Let's say we have a pattern 12. Oops, what's happening? 12, 17, 22. That is our pattern. That's our arithmetic pattern. What do we mean that the term between two consecutive terms, it must be constant? Therefore, we're going to look for the difference, because it says the difference between the two consecutive terms. Now the two consecutive terms will be 17 and 12, 22 and 17. So now let's look for the difference. 17 subtract 12. 17 subtract 12, that will be 5, and then 22 subtract 17, that will also be 5. Okay, so this is what it means. The difference between two consecutive terms, it's constant or it's common, meaning it's the same, right? Okay, so that is what we mean. Our constant, our difference, it's constant. Our difference between our two consecutive terms, it's constant. Now here is our formulae that defines the arithmetic sequence, which is Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Okay, so the n, it's the position of the term. Again, we know what it means to say it's the position of the term. Let's say we have a 12 here, which is n equals to 1. 12 is in position 1. Hence we said n is the position of the term, right? So n is in position 1. 12 is in position 1, I'm sorry. Then that means our n will be equals to 1. And then which term is that? T1, it's term number 1, which is equals to 12. So this is how we represent it. Okay, so how do you get the value of a? How do you get the value of a from our pattern? How do you get this value of a? Okay, a, it's equals to the first term of the sequence, which is T1, and in this case our a will be equals to 12. Right, so this is how you get a in arithmetic sequence. It's not challenging like or it's not long like the one in quadratic equation. So this is how you get your a. Okay, now let's move forward. How do you get the value of d? D is the constant difference, and our constant difference in this case, d, it's our common difference or a constant difference, which is 5 in this case. It's here. This is our constant difference or our common difference. So it is 5. Right? So how do you write your nth term of, how do you write the nth term or the general term of the sequence in arithmetic? You're gonna say Tn is equals to, and then you replace your a with 12. That will be 12 plus into n subtract 1, and then you multiply by d, which is 5. Right? Okay, and then you solve that. You'll have 12 plus 5n, you multiply the bracket, you'll have 5n, gonna multiply, okay, oops, let me use a different color. You're gonna multiply this 5 by n, that will give us 5n, right? That will give us 5n, and then you will multiply 5 again, by negative 1. So what do we get there? We're gonna get minus 5, right? We're gonna get minus 5. So minus 5 plus 12, these are the like terms. We have the like terms. They don't have any variables, so we're going to add them. Okay, so it's gonna be 12 subtract 5. Let's write 5n. 12 subtract 5, that will be 7. Then we'll have positive 7 in this case. Am I right? So this is our nth term for this sequence. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to an question and answer, an example, so that you can be able to distinguish between the quadratic and arithmetic, and as well we'll go to geometric sequence. Okay, the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence are, we have the first 3 terms of arithmetic sequence, they are 4, 9 and 14. Okay, now is it an arithmetic sequence? Let's check our common difference. Okay, we're gonna say 9 subtract 4, that will be 5, right? That will be 5, and 14 subtract 9, that will also be 5, right? So therefore that is our common difference. Okay, so meaning that is an arithmetic sequence. So now let's attack the question. Let's start with A. Okay, determine the common difference of the sequence. What is the common difference of the sequence? The common difference of the sequence, which is D, represent the common difference, which is D. Our D, it's equals to 5. That is our common difference from the pattern. Okay, and then what is our B? Let's look for write the general term of the sequence. The general term of the sequence. What is the general formula? We're gonna have Tn is equals to, okay, we have Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D, right? Okay, now let's look for the value of A. What is our A? Our A is equals to T1, which is the first term of the sequence, and that is equals to 4. And then what is our D? Our D, we got it in A, and then it's gonna be 5, right? Okay, and then we're going to substitute now. We have Tn, which is equals to, what is our A? Our A is our A will be 4 plus into n minus 1 multiplied by 5. So we're going to multiply out the bracket now. The same method that we used. We're gonna say this multiply by this, and then this multiply by that, right? Okay, let's move on. That will be equals to 4 plus 5n, 5 multiplied by n, 5 multiplied by negative 1, that will be minus 5. And then we'll have 5n, subtract 1 plus 4 minus 5, right? Okay, now let's go to C. What is C saying? They say find the 20th term of the sequence. What will be the 20th term? The 20th term, meaning the position of the term is 20. So meaning what will be our T20? What will be our T20? Our T20 then will replace n by 20 because we have the position of the term. We want to know what is gonna be our T20. And then 5 multiplied by 20, that will be 100. 100 subtract 1, that will be 99, right? Okay, this is how we work it out. Now let's move to last question, which is D. Okay, the position of the term is 109 in the sequence. So the position of the term is 109. We're now looking for what? We're now looking for the position of the term, because the term is equals to 209. So meaning our Tn is equals to 109, right? Our term is equals to 109. So how can we find our n, right? Okay, so we have Tn, our Tn is 5, and then subtract 1, that will be equals to 109, right? Okay, going forward, then we're going to substitute there. We'll take 1, or not going to substitute, we're going to take 1 to the other side, and then we'll have 5n, which is equals to 109 plus 1, that will be 110, and then you divide both sides by 5, divide both sides by 5, and then you will divide this by this, and then your n will be equals to 22. Then n will be equal to 22. So T22 is equals to 109, right? Okay, let's move to geometric pattern.